Hey guys, it's Kristen with Christians Do Yoga, and today I want to show you how to break down one of my favorite standing postures, triangle pose. So this is a pretty foundational posture that you're going to see a lot in vinyasa and flow, sequence flow type classes. And I want to show you a couple ways that you can get into this posture so the next time you're on your mat, you feel confident in taking this posture. All right, so starting on your mat, we're going to start with wide legs. So go to your comfort level. We all have different hip flexibility, so just widen your stance a little bit. Also, I have a block here. Sometimes even if I can get into a posture without using a block, it actually helps me go deeper in the posture if I'll use it. So I'm going to show you how to use a block in your practice today. So if you have one, grab one. All right, so starting with just wide stance, we're going to take those front toes and point them towards the front of your mat, and the heel is pointed towards the back of your mat. So you can stay here. This is not a very wide stance for me, so I'm going to back my back foot up a little bit farther away from my right foot. So the back foot is going to be parallel with your mat, which means it's a straight line, and you're really pressing into the outer edge of the pinky side of that back foot, okay? So right toes are forward, back toes are parallel with your mat. So you can start to straighten that right knee. A lot of times I am personally hypermobile, and so sometimes I'll kind of hyperextend this leg. So I try to keep a softness to this front leg, but you can even keep a slight bend here if you need to. So bring those hands out, extended out. Wrists are in line with your shoulders, and we're just standing here just to kind of get our balance here. So I'm going to straighten that right leg, and I'm really pressing into my left leg. Both legs are very engaged right now. So I'm going to look over my right fingers, my front fingers, and reach towards the front of my mat. And I'm just hinging at the hip, and then I'm going to let my right fingertips come to my shin. I'm going to start at my shin because that's where I'm at today. And this is a great place for you to put your block. And then we're going to open up the top hand reaches for the sky. So here's what happens a lot, and a lot of it is due to just a lack of being able to reach the ground. So we see this a lot, where the hands are kind of folded, the shoulders are trying to like crunch together, and you really want to be able to open that top shoulder, and a lot of times the best way to do it is by grabbing a block. Simple. So now you can get a really open and broad chest and really feel the depth of this pose. So just take a few breaths here. And then you can start to kind of play around with your edge. So maybe you want to take just those fingertips to your mat here. Maybe you can come all the way to your mat with your hands. So that's where I start to feel my edge because my shoulder starts to lean forward. So I'm going to come up a little bit. So here, your gaze can look up at those fingertips. It can look forward, or it can look down at the bottom fingertips. So make this work for you. And you're really going to start to feel this in that left hip, kind of in the back side of your hip and on the inner thigh of that front leg. So take a few minutes and just start to work through this posture, finding your edge with lots of grace for yourself, knowing that there's always somewhere else to go and to work towards.
Want more? We've broken down 15 poses you're likely to experience in a yoga class or video and created an easy-to-follow guide. We offer benefits, tips, and explain how to make each pose easier or harder depending on your experience level. Head over to posturebreakdown.com and download your free guide today.